And we're live.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on here, to change these things that we know and hold dear to us. And let us help others discover the meaning of the Mandela effect and how it affects them and the price of milk. Thank you. And be sure to hit the like and subscribe down below.
Hey everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening and hope you had a great week. We've got plenty of Mandela effects for you guys in store. So let's go ahead and start with Teresa Lynch's group. This is the segment, the part of the show where we normally talk about some of the highlights from Teresa's group. And by the way, if you're not a member yet, if you'd like to join, it's called the Mandela Reality Residue Hunters.
Should I put a link in the chat?
Yes, if you don't mind, Sandy.
I'll go get it. You start.
Actually, I've got it right here.
Okay, well, you put it in your chat, unless you could put it in my chat too.
I'll put it in all the chats. It'll just look like it's from you also.
Okay.
There you go. All right. So yeah, you can check into that. Okay. Hey, Rich Vasanik is here. Well, welcome, Rich. Good to see you again, buddy.
Hey, Rich. We also have Noise Guru, Michael Fontaine, Analog Lime, Ralph and Cassie Francis, Shelby Norwood. We had Preliminal earlier, but I don't know if Preliminal's still here. I can't see your chat, so if there's people there, hello. I'm going to your chat now. Crazy political and humorous parody songs is here.
Yeah, that's me now.
All right. So, again, I wanted to tell you guys something. So we did hit year number 5 on, what was it, May the 4th be with you. That's how we know it's the anniversary of Teresa Lynch's group. So that's why you're seeing the number 5 here. So it's been 5 years going strong. And we have 2,500 members.
And if you are not in the group and want to join by that link, make sure you answer the questions. Otherwise, the admins will decline your membership.
Yes. So Teresa posted here, I just want to thank everyone for being a member of the Mandela Effect group, my Mandela Effect group. It's hard to believe it's been 5 years. I appreciate all the different posts that you guys have contributed to make this group such a success. There's been many changes to our reality. It blows my mind every time I see the new ones appear. I also want to give a special shout out. Thank you so much to MESandyDiVa for creating an amazing banner for my group and all the colorful graphics and making graphics for all the new Mandela effects. Thank you, Brian MacFarlane, for having his weekly show and letting everyone share their new Mandela effects. Also doing live calls. We will get to doing more of that. Okay, we'll do more of the live calls, guys, as time will allow. Anyway, so people can talk about their experiences and more with the show. Also, thank you, Jeff and Esther, for coming on his shows and helping out. Thank you, Teresa. That was nice.
That was very nice, Teresa. Thank you.
Very nice of you.
Yeah, thanks, Teresa.
All right, up next. It looks like I opened that link twice. Let me go to the next one. All right.
And Preliminal is back in the chat. And now Jeff Zanzibar is back in the chat. Jeff, why do you not have a wrench?
Because that's a different account.
Yeah, it's a different account. That's what it is.
I had to change it. When I changed my channel to the music channel, I had to make a Jeff Zanzibar one separately.
Okay, well, you got the wrench now.
Cool, thanks.
And Rich doesn't have one. I mean, really?
Yeah, Sandy, will you get Rich one also?
I already did.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Stay tuned, guys. The more you show up to the channel, we'll be looking to see if we can hand out some more wrenches. So yeah, please keep
Oh
coming
no,
on.
I think I'm done. I got plenty.
You got plenty of wrenches.
Unless my mom says hi in the chat.
well, we've had trolls come on here before.
I know, and that's the whole point. You want a good amount. When your channel's bigger, it's one thing. When you have a little channel like me, not everyone shows up to every show, and it's good to have a good variety of wrenches out there to help with the chat when there's, bad things happening in the chat. It's good to have people who can help out.
Exactly. Teresa posted here, R.I.P. Canadian folk music icon Gordon Lightfoot. He died at the age of 84, passed away Monday, May 1st, 2023. Born in Orilla, Ontario, Lightfoot was known for his soulful music and stirring lyrics. He is our poet laureate. Am I saying that right? He's our iconic singer-songwriter, said Rush singer Geddy Lee in the 2019 documentary. If you could read my mind. In songs such as the Canadian Railroad Trilogy and The Wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald, he explored Canada's history, geography, and culture. And that's just a little bit. That's his legacy right here. He'll be remembered long after he's gone. 1938 is when he was born.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
And everyone's getting older, yeah. Oh, thank you, Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers says, "Hi, Sandy. Happy Mother's Day. I know it's not a few more days. I know. And if my mom is listening and not chatting, she said she was going to, but it was getting late. Happy Mother's Day and happy birthday to my mom because they're both coming up."
Well, here's something that I found that was interesting. And Sandy, I called this to your attention, and I think I did to Teresa. When I saw this, Eric Michael posted here, since when did tigers have manes? I'm not going to read that next part, okay, but you guys see it. Mane are only known to have lions. So basically what he's saying, lions are the only ones basically who have manes, right?
However, I need you to fact check this. That could be a Photoshop. I have to fact check it.
Yeah, we need to look at this further because in some exception, tigers have also been reporting having mane. Of all tiger species, I think the Sumatran tiger have thick, dense, long mane.
Sumatran or Samaritan?
Could be Samaritan. I have no clue. We'll have to research this some more, but I thought it was interesting.
A Samaritan tiger does not have a mane. It's just got fluffy fur on the sides of its face. So that's like, what it.
Yeah, but that looks like mane.
I know, that's why I said I think it's a Photoshop.
Is there any way you could tell? Like, I know, Sandy, you do graphic arts, but can you tell if something's been photoshopped?
Tigers, unlike male lions, don't have manes. However, certain male tigers may have a ruff around their throats. No, that's a Photoshop.
Okay.
That 100% is a Photoshop.
All right.
They have extra, like my cat Silas used to have a ruff around his head. It's like a collar of fur. It's not like a long mane. I'll show you a picture, Brian. Can you put a picture of?
I can. I will in a minute when I finish. Let me do this one and then we'll cover that. Okay.
Okay, I just want to show what the actual tiger looks like.
All right, Terry Lynn Plemons in Teresa's group post. Anyone remember Larry Bird with a Y? his last name has an I now. If you look, I remember Larry Bird with a Y, but I'm not a basketball fan, so curious what you guys think. She says, "Yeah, I remember Bird with a Y." What about you guys?
I have current memory. I remember with the I.
I
Really?
remember it with the
Yeah.
I too.
Oh my goodness! I thought it was so weird how his name was misspelled. It wasn't like a Tweety Bird or anything, you know.
Yeah. I'm sending you the picture of the roughs now. Matter of fact, I'm going to get that image. And I mean, it's possible. Maybe he's got a long ruff, but it's not a mane. A mane is much bigger and longer. I'm going to do a reverse image search on that image, though.
Do you see the picture right there?
Yeah, that's a ruff. Like it's thicker fur around the face and the back of the head, but it's not a mane.
To me it looks almost like a mane.
No, it's look at a lion mane.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It goes all the way around the head.
Yeah, and it's not even that. It goes all the way around the head. It's longer. It's thicker. A ruff is like a collar around the neck.
I
Whereas
know. There's some kind of manscuse or whatever, but to me, tigers never had fur that went off their face that far. You know what I mean?
It's just this one type of tiger. It's the Sumatran, only the Sumatran tiger. And
So
the
rest of them are fine.
I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of my cat. Hold on for a minute. Search my photos, so you can see what I'm talking about. He had it too.
All right. Yeah. See if you can find that, Sandy, while you're doing that. This is the last of the 5 that we present from Teresa's group tonight. This is from Oliver Herndon. I saw this movie in the theater. He says, when I turned 8, and now I'm 51. Seen this movie more than a dozen times. The graffiti on the temple in the map room is new as of 2023. So this looks like something out of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Is that right? Do I have that right?
I don't know. I don't recognize that. What is that?
It's in German. It says niched Storen. I'm not sure what that means. It means niched is not nicked. That's how you say it. Nicked means no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never had that. Is that, guys, help me out here? Is that Raiders of the Lost Ark? It looks like it.
Either that or Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. But this is only the 4th one from the group.
Oh, well, I think you were here for that. So the very first one we did was Teresa's thanking us for everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the first one. Oh, we got some Family Guy material tonight, Sandy. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, that's from Jeff. But Brian, I'm sending you a picture of Silas where he's laying down and his ruff is sticking up underneath his collar. Little Silas. He'll be gone a year on November 8th.
A year?
On November 8th.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been like 6 months already.
I love cats. I'm mostly a I guess I love cats and dogs equally, and it's strange how they get along so good in this reality. You could put a cat next to a dog and they'll be best friends.
Oh yeah, my cats grew up with dogs. See that ruff around his neck, under the collar? It's being pushed down by the collar, but it's like a
Yeah,
longer, thicker fur right around the neck.
but that's so weird, man.
That's long-haired cats. They all have it. Long-haired cats, not short hair.
Oh, I can't say I've ever had a cat with hair a lot like that. All right,
We
let's
got
see.
Philo and Eddie Von Keen in the chat.
Oh, hey guys, welcome. So,
Hey guys.
let's see, which one am I starting with? Should I do the one with my mom first, Sandy? My mom's here.
No, she's not.
She's not here?
She's not here.
Oh, there she is.
There
Hi.
she is.
Yeah, Mom, you want to do yours first tonight?
Sure.
That way, if you need to leave the StreamYard, you can.
No, that's okay. I'll be okay. I just changed my avatar.
If she'll be
Oh.
okay, then just start at the logos and move up, Brian.
All right. So the first one tonight will be these giant grasshoppers.
Or not.
What?
I said if she's gonna be okay, just start with logos and move up. But okay, start with the logos after this. You're fine.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mom.
Did I read the top one?
Yeah, if you want. It's just giving yourself credit. I added to it, so it says me and you. Go on.
Okay. So a credit goes to Anita MacFarlane, me, and Sandy. I brought a strange story to my attention about giant orange grasshoppers invading Florida recently. Okay, move on. And they're called, guess what? Lubber grasshoppers, lubber. And apparently there are different types that vary in color and even jumping style. Some have wings while others don't, but the ones invading Florida are orange and guess what? Very big. And it's a different type of lubbers. Should I read that?
Yeah, there's eastern lubbers, horse lubbers, flightless plane lubbers, and southeastern lubbers.
Hey, let's not forget about landlubbers. You got landlubbers too.
Landlubbers.
Yeah.
No, it's a joke. It's a pirate joke.
Don't-
You get it?
We get it.
Each type has different jumping abilities and vary a bit in color and size. Now, during breeding season, lubbers lay around 25 to 50 eggs. Would that be now their breeding season?
Yes.
That's why they're all over the place
Yes.
in Florida. Mostly Tampa, I think, and also Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Like I said, they're all over the place. There's different types. Yeah, next slide, Brian.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, these are the other ones I found. The weird ones.
Well, looking for these, I found a few more lubbers, which can be found in many parts of the state.
They look almost animatronic, don't they?
Yeah, the one in the top right's like rainbow. It's weird.
We got antennas too, including this one, which has wings that look like butterflies. And have you ever seen these before? No. Not like wings like butterflies.
No, I don't remember grasshoppers having wings this colorful. They were usually brown wings or green wings. I don't remember green, like bright red and black wings.
Mm-mm.
Does anybody in the chat remember grasshoppers having wings like this?
Not like butterfly wings or anything.
What the heck? Look at that thing.
Yep, it's a katydid. We already talked about them. These are just more katydids. Go ahead,
Well,
Anita.
huh?
I said,
Go
go ahead,
ahead.
Anita. Yep.
It just looked like a clown.
Yeah.
Clown grasshopper.
He looks like Beetlejuice, in that scene when he turns into a carousel, whatever.
Don't
Oh
say
man,
that 2 more times, Brian.
no, you don't.
No,
Yeah, no, don't say it 2 more times, guys.
since we're talking about grasshoppers or lubbers, here are a few more as well as some katydids that I've never seen before. Guess what? Rainbow colors, blue and yellow stripes, and crazy patterns.
Hi, Go Up. Hi, Splatter.
Hmm.
Good to see you
He's got
both.
red eyes too.
Are these in America? They're in Florida.
No,
Yes,
they're just everywhere. They're everywhere.
I'd like to see one.
Now,
Oh
we've
man.
covered the neon grasshopper in the top left, but I threw him in for those that never saw him before.
Now what
You
are now
sure
what are
they're
they?
not Photoshop?
What are those ships? What were those ships called when they painted them in World War II? They painted them like zebra-like.
Oh, you're talking about, wow, I can't think of it either. I've covered it. Dan covered the ships, and then I covered
Mm.
the clothes and the colors and oh my
It's been
gosh.
so long ago since we
I
covered
know
it.
someone in the chat knows what we're talking about.
Yes, the
Razzle Dazzle ships.
razzle
Thank you,
dazzle
Ralph.
grasshoppers.
Yeah.
We're
Mhm.
looking at razzle dazzle grasshoppers here.
Yep, Razzle Dazzle blue and yellow grasshoppers.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Noise
So
Guru
funny.
and Shelby. So this one kind of looks like a mermaid tail.
So I have to ask you guys, because I think we talked about this as well. Many people thought that crickets made noise with their rubbing the legs together. It's actually their wings.
Hmm.
I think we covered that.
Yeah.
I always thought it was their legs, and apparently Disney did also. They made cartoons where the grasshopper or whatever was playing fiddle with his legs. Anyway, so there you go, Mom.
More butterfly styles and grasshopper wings.
That's so weird, man.
Pretty weird.
Some of them look like moth wings. Like the one on the top right,
Either way,
that looks
they
like
don't
moth
look
wings.
like grasshopper wings. I don't remember grasshoppers having wings.
Me
Nope.
neither.
Me either.
But when they
Mm-mm.
did, when I saw grasshoppers with wings later, they were always like just bland little wings, like brown and green, not
Not colorful.
yeah.
But the two that are the craziest are the mole grasshopper. It really looks like a mole.
Has anyone ever heard of the mole grasshopper before?
Never. And he has hands,
Yeah.
claws. Sure these aren't aliens.
If these aren't Mandela effects, at least they're quite a bit interesting.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
this one looks like it's got hieroglyphics written on its wings.
I said runes, and someone else said Roman numerals. We're all right.
All the above.
how do you pronounce that? Paradalton Ramiri.
Yeah, you got it.
Pardalata.
Probably the most colorful and one of the rarest katydids in the world. The individuals I observed in Columbus are the first record of this species in 103 years. Wow. And the Holy Grail katydid Pardota ramira, because it's very rare to see and looks like it has runes or Roman numerals on its wings. Have you ever seen any of these before, guys? In the chat?
Perhaps
Do they have?
what? The grasshopper has ads all over it. Must be from Facebook.
You see a Roman numeral 4?
I see I see a smiley face, 2-5.
Where's this smiley face?
I think I do see a 4 upside down.
The way it should be? VI?
Yeah, IV upside down, the top middle. There's a V and then next to it on the top.
Hmm. Is that under grasshoppers?
Yeah.
No, that one's a katydid. The rune one is a katydid.
Neat.
Okay, next one we got logo and residues,
Yes.
which
That starts with a video
and
from Jeff.
these things have. Hang on, I got to boost the volume with this. Got to be careful for copyright. So it's only 11 seconds. It shouldn't be too bad here with copyright.
And I did write copyright at the bottom.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you'll see.
Okay.
Family Guy, Fox, all rights reserved.
Yeah. This is from Jeff, by the way.
You talked right over the part.
Hang on, let me go forward. Yeah, so he did say hello, Clarice. A lot of people remember that. It's a solid memory, and Hollywood tries to pass it off. Oh, he never said that. He did say it. He said hello, Clarice. Even you remember that, right, Mom?
Yep.
Silence of the Lambs, and also the other part of the movie. I'll just talk briefly, real quick, while you guys take a look at this. So in the movie, the part where he says the crazy psychopath, he says to the girl in the bottom of the pit, it puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. And now it rubs the lotion on its skin, which gets me every time. It's like, no, he never said rubs.
So from that same episode, and I should have taken another video, they actually have where they parody that as well. And they say it the way we remember.
It puts the lotion on its skin?
Yeah, he says it twice. And then also later in that episode, Stewie's playing Hannibal, and he says, hello, Clarice, again when he calls her on the phone.
See, and was it, let me ask you something. Do you know the date that episode was written? Was it written before or after the Mandela effect really hit the ground running?
It's actually from, which season? I think it's actually from last season or the season before of Family Guy. It's relatively new.
So it's relatively new.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Good find, Jeff.
Yeah, very good find.
Yeah, very good find.
Yeah, you see there's some red bar flags like I remember. You got some of you guys out there remember also the red bar flags.
And the one on the right is from Teresa, obviously.
And let me explain what I mean by the red bar. We mean that the blue and the red are actually touching, whereas now it's the blue and the white. The blue and the white stripe. All right, so
here we have, all right, for those of you that missed it, Jiminy Cricket isn't green anymore. He's like a flesh color. And Pinocchio's pants are like, in some scenes, they're like a raspberry color, I guess you could say. Other scenes it's red, other scenes it's raspberry. But his feather is no longer solid red. It's now like a feather. Like a gradient where it's like red to white at the top or yellow sometimes. On the bottom, so that's residue of how he used to look for me. On the bottom, I have residue of different strokes. It's from my game. That's supposed to be the different strokes family, different boards. They wrote different instead of differ.
Yeah.
Apostrophe.
Well, they're not even apostrophes now. They're like stars or something, asterisks.
Yeah, and there's residue for those of you that remember the torch in the opposite hand of the Statue of Liberty.
Wow.
Now, Karen Melanie submitted these pictures of an old wrench that she and her husband Gary owns. The Ford logo is missing the pigtail, but it's very hard to see. So Sandy tried to enhance the image. If you look at it closely, the
So
curly
the F,
Q.
if you look at the bottom image on the right, I don't know if you can zoom in, the F goes up, and then a line comes down from the main part of the F to the O. And there's no like loop in the O either. And then it goes over to the R and then the D. It's all connected. But it's missing the loop in the O, it's missing the X in the letter R, and it's missing the loop in the F part. So it's how we remember the logo.
Yeah, that's a fancy curly Q.
Yeah, it's got a fancy curly Q now. I don't remember that. I had, yeah, I owned a Ford pickup truck, and it was regular. It was normal. Always sunny in Philadelphia. So what's messed up with the logo?
So this is the residue first, but this is how I remember it. Just normal. It's always sunny in Philadelphia. But if you zoom in on the bottom left, you see it?
Yeah, what's with that?
The N is backwards. I don't ever remember the N being backwards.
Mm-mm.
And then on the bottom right, the SH and the SN is merged.
Oh, wow. That's weird. Yeah, that's new. It's got to be a new one. I hadn't
Hey,
seen
General
that.
Sorrow, welcome. Did I say hi to Philo? Hi, Philo, if I didn't say hi. And here is how, this is where I'm seeing all the backwards ends. It was never a backwards end for me. And here on the bottom right, the S in always is connected to the N and the Y in sunny. And also the SH. But the backwards ends, I've never seen the ends backwards, ever.
That's weird. Yeah.
So you're going to see this CJOH twice because I originally had it in a slide. It was too small, so I added it here too. This is from You Can't Do That on Television. So we're talking about 89 it ended. So the CJOH is all merged. TV is even merged on the inside to the O. I think Ottawa's okay, but in is merged. Cable is merged. And that's from Poltergeist. Look at the broken A's, R's, and D's, Brian. The Darth Vader poster in 1982.
Yeah. That's weird. Definitely weird. Jet Dry, yeah, that the ET is merged there. Look at that.
Yeah, Jet Dry is merged, and Jet Dry is made by Finish, and I have that logo coming up as well. Now, the bottom left image is a photograph from a grocery store in the 50s. The word lettuce, the LE and the TTs are merged in her hand, but in the display, you can clearly see the LE is not merged. Can you zoom in on that?
What is it?
Zoom in on the word on the bottom left image.
The lettuce.
The lettuce in her hand, LE is merged and TT is merged. But the lettuce in the display, they're clearly not merged. So it's only merged the one in her hand. The ones on the display are not.
That's weird.
All right, so this was an article that says that this logo is charmingly outdated typeface. They're saying this is an old typeface, people. Look at the CO, look at the FFs, look at the crooked E's. The T is just off center, and they're calling that charmingly outdated. They're calling that font old. This is a brand new product, by the way. So Maxwell House, the old and the new logo is merged.
Yeah, the A
Except
and the X. What? No.
in different places. So the old logo, the AXW is merged. The E is slightly crooked, and the L's are 11. And then on the new logo, it's MAXW that's merged. Northwest Orient is not even a thing anymore. I think their name changed probably, or they shut down in the early 80s. And the R, H, and E are all broken. And then Cottonelle, you might have to zoom in on the bottom one, Brian. So Cottony Soft, I believe the TT is merged, the O's are crooked, the FT is merged in soft, and then Cottonelle, the CO is merged, the TO is merged, and everything's overlapping weird. And we have the 11s again in Cottonelle. You're looking at the wrong image. And then the old grocery store image, the R's are broken and the N is super pointy and longer on the right. That overlap is so weird. That's a new pattern we're seeing, is overlapping letters. Hey, John Nada. So this one's yours, Brian, if you want to talk about it. On the top.
This is not mine.
You sent it to me.
When?
About 2 weeks ago. Anyway, I think you were talking about the broken B's and the upside down, the lambdas, the A's are upside down B's. And then the bottom left, the bottom left. The bottom is, again, an old grocery store, and Hunt's, the H is breaking through.
What is this? Reaction?
Okay, so Reaction is the brand that made lots of toys that we all had as kids. Gem, G.I. Joe, Back to the Future figurines, they're all examples at the top, but there's so many more. Everything from like Inspector Gadget to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, all different stuff, okay? This is the logo on the old packaging though, and it's still there today. All merged like that. The R is part of the E. The A is connected. I don't remember it merging like this. The O and the N, the T and the dot on the I. I don't remember this.
I don't remember that at all. I thought it was all Hasbro.
I remember Reaction. I just don't remember the logo like this.
I kind of remember Hasbro.
Welcome, Robert Tansel. All right, so this
more
is
mergers.
yeah, but this is from 1990. Look at the TRO.
Am I wrong here, or is that Radio Shack connected as well at the bottom?
Oh yeah, I think it is.
Looks like
But
the
we've
S and
covered
the H
Radio
is Radio Shack. What?
We've covered Radio Shack. Also, I don't remember the circles being off center like they are.
You want to talk about Archie?
Yeah, that's an old Archie, and it's all merged.
Yeah, I don't think we have any Radio Shacks anymore.
No, I think they closed down.
Guess they weren't making enough money.
Guys?
Yeah.
At the bottom. Oh, I was going to say about Archie. The
Oh, it's
bottom
an old
are.
one.
Yeah.
Yes, Robert, that's a very old one. Brian covered that a very long time ago. The Pikachu Mandela effect.
Wait, which
Brian,
one?
Pikachu. You even showed us a toy you had where the tip of the tail was black.
Yeah, is anyone seeing the questions from the chat?
I can't see your chat, Brian. I can only see mine. Jeff, can you see Brian's chat?
Yeah.
Are there new people in there that we should say hi to?
Yeah. We got Ms. Cool Gemini. We got Peace, Love, and Light. Everybody else I recognize. Oh, no. Painting on Purpose. That's a new person.
I didn't mean. That's awesome if there's new people in Brian's chat. But what I meant was people that we didn't chat out yet.
Bonnie Greederex.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
let
one,
him.
I think this one's yours, actually.
Oh,
It is,
yeah.
but let him finish doing the shout outs first.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. All of them, or just the ones we haven't said yet?
Yeah, I'm saying say hi to them because I can't see them. I only said hi to the ones in my chat.
Okay, so yeah, in Brian's we have Preliminal, I can't read it.
Valhalla?
Valin Stelling.
Oh, I can't see. I'm sorry.
Ones I said already. General Sorrow. And that's it for Brian's.
Okay. It's okay, Robert. That's why you're here, to find out new ones. All right, Jeff, you are up, and you have to explain something different that
Yeah.
changed. So,
Yeah. All right, so credit Jeff Zanzibar. Meet the Flintstones. There's something weird happening with a Flintstone character that I want to ask you about. What is the name or names you remember for Fred and Barney's boss at the rock quarry?
so in the chat, what is the name, or if you know a different name, names for their boss at the rock quarry?
Well, was it Cogswell? No, he was the Jetsons.
Yeah, that was the Jetsons. And that wasn't actually
Well, it was
George
actually,
Jetson's
wasn't it
boss.
Spacey Space Rockets or something?
Yeah,
Spacely.
Mr. Spacely.
Spacely Space Rockets.
Yeah, Cogswell was their rival company.
The rival, yes.
Right. So we're looking for a Mr. in the chat. What do you guys remember? Yes, Bam Bam's club wasn't green. The dinosaurs, multiple colors, General Sorrow. I've covered that. Multiple different colors. Different shades of purple, blue, green. Dino was only one shade of purple for me. Mr. Slate says Robert Tansel. Mr. Slate says Go-Kart Bob. Eddie Von Balloon says Granite.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Stone says Shelby Norwood. Mr. Slate says Rich Vasanic. Mr. Slate Rock says Ralph. I want to clarify, John Knott has told Robert to check out my videos. There are hundreds, not videos, Mandela effects. I don't have hundreds of videos yet, but there are hundreds of Mandela effects that I've covered. Slate, yes, that's right. Mr. Slate says Shelby.
Yeah.
Mr. Slate was the boss, John Nada says, then yes.
All right.
Slate Rock says Ralph. Okay, go ahead.
So the second question is, which of these characters do you remember being their boss?
So, guys, you can just say 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. Which one do you remember being Mr. Slate? Or Mr. Brian, they're answering. Go back.
I did.
It's too late now. You gave him the answer. Sort of.
Sorry.
So Shelby says 1, Analog says 3, Rich Vasanic says 3, Noise Guru says 1,
When we
Robert
say
says 1.
they're not labeled, so we assuming it's the one on the left is 1, the one in the middle is 2, right?
Yeah. Eddie says both left and right was later.
I don't remember the one on the right at all. I remember the first one, the one on the left.
So I remember 2 out of 3.
There's more answers. Splatter says 1. General Sorrow says 1. Go-Kart Bob says 1 and 3.
I think
Left
3
was
for
first. Eddie says left was first, third was later.
Other way around.
Noise Guru is a 1. I think I got Robert 1 already. General Sorrow says, I sort of remember all 3. John Nada, I don't remember the center one.
Me either.
All right, you can go on, Brian.
We remember their boss only ever being Mr. Slate. And as for which character was their boss, the answer is all of them.
Oh, all of them?
Yeah. This is the Mr. Slate we remember, the one that was in the majority of the episodes. Although there is one part of this that I want to correct before we go on. I remember the short one that was all the way to the right being in the first season, and then they replaced him with this one that we all remember. But there's more to this.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more to this. But for a few episodes in the second season, this was Mr. Slate. In my opinion, he looks like a knockoff version of the later Mr. Slate. See, this one I don't remember. I don't ever remember him seeing him looking like that.
Me neither.
But that's not even the biggest part of this.
I have no memory, not Jeff. I have no memory of the short guy.
Right. Sandy has no memory of the short one.
This guy right here reminds me of Spaceless Space Rockets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember, reminds me of Danny DeVito, actually.
This is Fred and Barney's boss in the comic strip and first season of the Flintstones series. His name was Mr. J.J. Granite, also known as Mr. Granite and Mr. Rockhead. He reminds us of a Bedrock version of Mr. Spacely on the Jetsons. Now, there's another part that's not in this presentation that I have to explain.
Yeah.
So I was watching an episode, and I saw Mr. Granite, who I never heard of, as Fred's boss. But Mr. Granite was not this short guy. He was the taller version with the balder head of Mr. Slate that we remember. So the same character that was Mr. Slate later on was J.J. Granite in the first season.
And now he's also the short guy in the comics. You're going to see it coming up. Come on.
Strangely, there's a company today with that exact same name. Just thought it was odd, so we are sharing.
Yes, you did say Granite, Eddie.
Do you remember 3 different bosses? One named Mr. Granite. This is all new for us, but we are curious what you remember. Eddie Von Balloon remembered granite.
Yep.
That's interesting.
No one said Mr. Rockhead, though.
No.
That was also one of the names.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember Joe Rockhead, their friend from the lodge, but I don't remember Mr. Rockhead.
Since
You
we
don't have
talked
to
about,
apologize, Splatter. You're fine.
since we just talked about Flintstones, now we're going to be talking about real stones here.
Yes, we are.
This is
One
from Karen
stone to the
Malone.
next.
Anyone else
Brian,
want to read?
you want to read this, Brian?
Sure. Karen just learned of a stone that has always been in her state, and it's mine as well, but I've never heard of these either.
It's in mine as well. The word "in" just disappeared, apparently.
Have you heard of a pudding stone? What in the world?
So, yes or no in the chat. Have you ever heard of a pudding stone?
It's
Now,
an
is
open.
that like a candle decoration? I mean, that's what that looks like.
No, that's just the AI art for pudding stone.
Is that like Bill Cosby's favorite stone?
Jello pudding snacks.
But there is no space in the word, so that's not a typo. It's pudding stone, one word. Philo says no. Rich says no. Robert says nope. Ralph says nope.
Nope.
Let's see. Go Kart Bob says no.
Seems like a nice pet name for a loved one.
No, this was not on the Flintstones. This is a totally different subject. Jeff, can you see Brian's chat for the answers from them?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, so we're waiting for more answers?
Yeah, Shelby says no, never seen that. Hanabi, welcome, says nope. John Nada's a no.
Ms. Cool Gemini says no. Samoan Watchman says no.
All right,
Some weird name that I can't even come close to reading says no.
Anyway, also called pudding stone or plum pudding stone, it's a conglomerate of smooth pebbles, some broken in half, that are brightly colored and stand out against the sand or cement mixture that holds them together. Pudding stones are found all over the world, and some types even have their own names, like the Jasper conglomerate pudding stone, found in Ontario, Canada, and northern states of the USA.
So that one above is the Jasper one.
That's pretty crazy. They look more like fruitcakes to me. Right? Don't they look like fruitcakes?
They're supposedly they look like plum pudding. That's how they got their name.
John Nada says the pudding stones were the Flintstones' neighbors.
Really? I don't know.
That would have been a good one.
Barney Rubble, that was his best friend, you know. Unlike man-made pathways and streets that can look exactly like pudding stone, actual pudding stone occurs naturally and with distinctly different colors and sediments depending on what location you're in. So here are some man-made walkways and roads that mimic pudding stone for comparison. Yeah, I've seen plenty of those, Sandy.
Yeah, same here. That's why I just want to show you they're not the same. That's all.
So, I guess do you recall stones like this occurring naturally? No, not naturally like this. No.
No.
Have you ever heard of this stone before? Because if you haven't, there's a great chance you have one native to your area in this reality. That's awesome.
And here's some more pictures of them. I couldn't believe it when she told me, and I looked it up. I was like, wow. Never seen these. And then I found an article saying they were in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and I'm like, what? And then I found out they're everywhere.
What is the substance that's holding them together?
It depends on your region, but like sand, sediment, cement, just regular, rock material. Depends on your location. Oh, they found gold as well. They found gold. Brian, can you go back for 1 second?
Oh crap! Sorry. Hang on.
Okay. One of them has gold in it, actual gold. And I don't know if it's on the last slide or the slide before. I have to look. I forgot to tell you. So precious gems and metals can be inside these pudding stones. So it'd be no, 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 no. Yes, stop. The black one, bottom right, has actual gold in it. So the black one has actual gold.
You said that's not that pyrite gold, the fake gold.
They said that it can have actual gold, silver, and precious gems inside these, and that said it was actual gold. How many more folders do we have left?
2 left.
Okay, I want to read the last one because it got crazy. So, who wants to read the next one?
I'll read it.
Okay, go for it. I'm really curious what people remember on this one because none of you remembered this and it blew my mind.
I have a couple questions to ask about a comment that I remember clearly, but everyone else I have asked seems to have no memory of it at all.
You talking about the Shoemaker Levy 9?
Yeah, Brian, thanks for giving the answer away.
Oh crap! Sorry. Sorry.
In 1994, a comet which was televised and talked about in the news for more than a year crashed into Jupiter. Question 1. I have to ask because I seem to be the only person who remembers it. Do you remember this happening?
So in the chat, do you remember knowing about a comet hitting Jupiter? Yes or no? Brian obviously does. And he has the current memory of the name. That's not what I remember. So I'm asking the chat, do you remember this happening? Because everyone that I asked had no memory of it. Walk the Walk of JC888 says yes. Splatter says yes. Robert Tansel says nope. John Nada says take a lap, MacFarlane.
What? Take a lap?
Yeah. General Sarah says yes.
That's funny.
Rich Fasanic says no. Hanabi says yes.
And in Brian's chat, Shoemaker Levy Comet, Alone, says that.
Thank you, Alone. That's what I remember.
And
Which one?
Marcia3961 says yes. And Miss Cool Gemini says it was televised.
Sandy, what do you remember it being?
Well, that's the next question, Brian, so it can wait a minute.
Question 2. If you remember this comet, what is the exact name you remember? I'm giving a hint to jog memories, and because, again, no one remembers it that I asked. Comet Shoemaker /L blank.
I asked about 7 people, and every single one of them had no memory of this comet. It was blowing my mind.
I don't remember it either.
You don't remember
Jeff,
the
you were-
comet?
Jeff
No.
doesn't remember. Curiouser doesn't remember. Francine didn't remember. All these people that I
Oh, it
asked
was
did not remember. Karen
no,
didn't
it
remember.
was definitely talked about.
It was everywhere. It's not the spelling that's bothering me, guys. I want you to write the name that you remember. It's not the spelling.
It was Shoemaker Levy.
That's not what you just said, Brian.
I did. I said Shoemaker Levy 9.
That's what you said. I don't remember the 9. The 9 was never there for me.
But that's what I remember, the 9.
Not me. It was always just Shoemaker Levy. Nothing else.
No. It had the 9 in it for me.
Not for me.
The reason why they called it 9 is because there was 9 little
No, that's not why. That's not why, Brian.
I thought it was. It was 9 pieces of asteroids or whatever hurling toward it.
No, it's not. We can go on to the next thing.
Shoemaker Levy 9. What if Shoemaker Levy 9 hit the Earth? The comet was Shoemaker Levy in my past, nothing more. They repeated the name over and over in the news, and we even discussed it in class. But it's always been Shoemaker Levy 9. There was never a number in my past.
So in the chat, yes or no, do you remember the 9? That's the problem, for me at least. In the chat, yes or no, do you remember the 9? So just write yes 9, no 9.
Or just 9.
Walk the Walk says Levy 9 sounds familiar. Fire Fire says Levy 9, question mark. Maybe 9, says General Sorrow. No, says Shelby. No, says, well, 9, says Go Kart Bob.
All right, let's see. R. Davis says, yes, Shoemaker Levy. Ms. Cool Gemini says, did they change the name? 9, why?
No, 9's always been there. And Philo says, I don't remember any of this.
I don't either. Marcia 3961 says yes, a 9. Vale Zegarelli says no. Miss Cool Gemini says no. And Arkham Asylum says I don't remember it as well. Those are all the answers in Brian's chat.
Awesome. So at least we're 50-50. Some people do, some people don't.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're looking at, the picture, all of these pictures are comets that fit this description. So go ahead, Jeff.
If you remember this comet, you know it broke up into many pieces, and no, it was 20 pieces, not 9. So it doesn't explain the 9 in the comet name. It's 9 because it's the 9th periodic comet, but no other periodic comets have a number after them.
So it's not, like Halley's Comet 1. It's just Halley's Comet. You got like SD Berenson, 10P Temple 1, 19, and 1 is not, it's not the first periodic comet. Yeah.
I know you're remembering Halley's Comet too, but it's actually Halley's Comet.
I know.
That change drives me nuts.
It bugs the crap out of me.
But for those who don't know, many of us remember Halley's Comet either with an A-I-L or A, just one L instead of 2.
I remember the 1L without the I.
I remember the 1L too. But there were people that remembered AI when I covered it, so.
I remember the AI.
Interesting.
Also remember the Alamo.
I'm trying to forget the Alamo.
So again, just to recap, the comet broke into 20 pieces, Brian, not 9. It's 9 because it's the 9th periodic comet to be discovered. But the other comets that are periodic comets that were discovered don't have numbers after them. There's no reason for this one to have 9. So, next. It's another question for the chat, Brian. So after he reads, stay here.
I also remember learning that the comet had broken into pieces, but now the comet broke into pieces a full year before it was discovered. Does anyone remember this?
So again, yes or no in the chat. When you learned of the comet, was it whole? Yes or no? Because it was whole when I learned of it, and I believe they talked about it breaking up. I remember it breaking up, like while we knew of the comet. But now it broke up a full year before they even discovered it.
That's because breaking up is hard to do.
It is. Yes.
So this is a change for me, but I don't know if it's a change for anyone else. Brian, what do you remember? Do you remember it being broken up when you learned of it?
It was broken up. There were multiple pieces hurling toward Jupiter.
I understand that. I'm saying when you first learned of the comet, was it already in pieces?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so you have the current memory.
Yes. It was Shoemaker-Levy 9.
Yeah, you have the total current memory. For me, it was always Comet, Shoemaker-Levy. That's how they talk about it. Comet, Shoemaker-Levy.
It was Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen.
And it broke up after they already knew about it in my past, not before. General Sarr remembers one piece. Walk the Walk doesn't remember, and that's okay. I don't know what Brian's chat's saying, if they're saying anything at all.
Let's see.
Let's see.
File of Fire laughed at your joke, Jeff. She
I
said,
saw
"Well,
that,
Jeff, music tunes." I guess she was referring to the breaking.
Yeah,
it's hard to do. Patsy. Yeah, File of Fire is laughing. Oh dear, LOL.
I said 9. No, I don't remember.
Sandy is the Martin to Brian's Lewis.
Where does it say that?
John Nada. Yeah, John Nada's funny.
Ralph says, I fell to pieces when 9 broke up with me for that no good pudding stone. It still hurts today. That sounds like what is it called, a Mad Lib?
Yeah, it does.
I was still calling it a space peanut. Okay, it was a space peanut. All right.
You get the next one. It's just some images for those who didn't know about this or don't remember it, like Jeff.
Yeah, I don't ever remember hearing about this.
So Jupiter took a licking and kept on ticking, right?
Like time.
I don't know. I was under the impression that Jupiter was like all gas and liquid. It had a solid core that was deep down. And on the next slide, you're going to see images that make it look like a solid planet, which is confusing to me. But I know a lot of you don't believe the planets are even there, so. But the next image, you're going to see what I'm talking about.
Well, maybe the rings deflected it. I don't know.
No, look at the next image. It's like a crater. but that's supposed to be like all gas and like liquid nitrogen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yet it's got like craters.
Does it still have those craters today?
I don't know.
I'm curious about that. Eventually, we'll be able to zoom in with our phone cameras and have a look at the planet.
Mhm.
I think that's all for that slide deck.
Yep. And now we got the last folder of the night, guys.
All
Again,
right,
thank you for waiting for us
Yes.
tonight.
Thank you guys for waiting and staying tuned.
Yeah, you guys are
Appreciate
awesome.
you guys all deserve a huge pat on the back.
Those of you in Brian's chat, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Sometimes we go live without Brian when he's busy. And sometimes Brian just comes on my show, on my channel only.
Yeah, that too. I mean, we may do that in the coming weeks. We might just go on your channel for a little bit, Sandy, and try to get you some more viewers, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, we might do that.
All right, guys, I have to give a warning here. All right? I know some of you can't handle this stuff, so some images may be disturbing. If you have a problem seeing eye health issues, please look away, but also continue to listen, because I cannot stress to you how important what I'm about to tell you is. What I'm about to tell you is one of the most important things that we should all know that almost no one knows. So I need you to listen even if you can't look at the pictures. All right, that's your warning. 3, 2, 1, we're starting. This might be a Mandela effect because I have never heard of this despite wearing contact lenses for 30 years. Not from articles, news reports, or even a single eye doctor. If you wear contacts, your doctor probably told you that you aren't supposed to sleep in them. But the question that I'm asking you tonight, is there anything else you were told not to do while wearing contact lenses? Obviously, this question is for those that wear contact lenses. But trust me, the end of the presentation, it's going to be everyone regardless of contacts, so just bear with me here. So those of you who wear contact lenses or who wore contact lenses, besides do not sleep in your contacts, is there anything else your doctor told you not to do?
I don't know. You know those little warning things that they tell you that kids don't try this at home? I think I tried every single one of them.
Go-Kart Bob says, don't cry. Robert Tansel says, don't microwave them. Good advice. Don't rub your eyes. Yeah, you actually shouldn't because you can scratch your cornea. But they don't tell you that. The only thing I've ever been told is don't sleep in them.
Don't
I don't
paint
know
them.
if Brian's chat. Anything in Brian's chat?
Don't eat them.
Don't eat them. Yeah, that's a good one.
Don't
Don't use
paint them.
saliva to clean them. Yeah, that's not good either. Don't ride a roller coaster.
Don't give them
Don't
any
paint
water after.
them. Guys, I'm serious here.
Don't give them any water after midnight.
Philo says no swimming. Well, I wouldn't recommend you open your eyes. Yeah. All right, we can go on, Brian. Yes, don't stack contacts on top of each other. That can be very bad. Don't poke your eye out.
Don't shoot your eye out.
Yeah. In my past, it was just sleep. I wouldn't wear them swimming because they would just literally float off your eye if I forgot and opened my eyes. That's a waste of money. General Sorrow, you may stop doing that after we're done here. But doctors should have been telling us to never go near any water at all while wearing contacts. I mean, swimming, hot tubs, the ocean, lakes, even a bath or shower. Have you ever been told not to shower with your contacts in? Has anyone ever been told not to shower with your contacts in?
No, and you know what's funny is like the eye doctors that I always had, they didn't wear contacts themselves. They always wore eyeglasses. So how would they know?
Well, that you know of. The ones without glasses could be wearing contacts. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So General Sorrow says no. Robert says nope. I'm going to tell everyone in the chat that if you wear glasses and you want to go swimming, they sell for $20 prescription goggles. Invest in prescription goggles if you swim a lot. Anyway, go on, Brian. Swimming in contact lenses can cause vision loss. Here's how. Because we should have been told this. There are articles everywhere talking about the danger of being in water of all kinds while wearing contact lenses. Yet I've never seen these articles before. I never heard of this. Guys, here's your final warning. It's about to get ugly. Okay? After this slide that's coming up, it's going to get ugly. Meet acanthamoeba. This parasite is found everywhere in earth, water, and the air. They enjoy eating the corneal tissue of human eyes, and the space between the eye and a contact lens is the perfect breeding ground.
But that's not even the grossest thing, Sandy. The grossest thing is what sleeps on your face at night and makes babies on your face.
No, Brian, we got to stop making jokes. This is serious.
No, seriously.
I understand that, but this is serious. This makes people go
Okay.
blind.
Okay.
Like, this is serious stuff here. This person in this article says, I've worn contacts for 30 years. Decades of showering and swimming while wearing my contacts. Decades of rinsing them with tap water or using tap water if I ran out of solution. Decades of never being warned against the dangers of water and contacts. Ever. They are also very resistant to treatment. These suckers can literally transform into a cyst. The amoeba can transform into a cyst to protect themselves from antibiotics, disinfectants, and steroid treatments. In most cases, in the infected eye, patients lose their eyesight.
Wow.
All right, keep going. It gets so much worse. So here's the eyes, guys. The infection is called acanthamoeba keratitis, or AK for short, and the symptoms include watering eyes, redness, pain, sensitivity to light, and clouding of the cornea, which is caused by the cornea literally being eaten away by the amoeba. It's green because of the dye the eye doctors put in to help you see it better. Treatments include weeks to months of multiple eye drops to attempt to kill the amoebas, corneal transplant, and some not only lose their vision, but their entire eye.
How long does it take for the amoeba to eat the eye, the cornea, I mean?
I'm going to get into that next slide. The condition is considered rare, but anyone who sleeps in their contacts, goes in any water wearing contacts, or cleans their lenses or lens case with water is at risk of infection. Very big but. That's where I told you, if you don't wear contacts, listen up. While it is usually contact lens wearers that get this infection, there have been cases of people getting the same infection without contacts. Just people going into water while having eyes. How have we never heard of this or been warned? So to repeat, you don't need to have contacts to get this condition. These parasites are in the air, all water, and in the soil. And at any time, they can infect your eye, eat your cornea, and make you go blind. How has no one ever warned us of this and told us that wearing contacts increases our risk of this infection? This is why I think this is a Mandela animal. Like this amoeba was not on our previous Earth. Because how have we never heard of this? Has anyone in the chat ever heard of this? Yes, just from showering, you can get this amoeba in your eyes. I never want to open my eyes underwater ever again. It's terrifying. So this woman here had the infection. It was caught early, and they did a cornea transplant, and she was cured. But if it is not caught early, and an emergency corneal transplant is performed, patients have kept their eyesight. Oh, if it is caught early, and they perform the transplant, patients have kept their eyesight and made a full recovery. But patients are frequently misdiagnosed, and treatment is delayed, sometimes months. And in that time, their eye is done. They'll get misdiagnosed as having a scratched cornea, having corneal ulcers, which I had. So now, but my eye did get better, so it probably was an ulcer. But this scares me. Next slide, Brian. Welcome, Issa9, and welcome, Jose. Jose says, big butt, where? So the article here is Eye-Eating Amoebas, My Journey with Acanthamoeba Keratitis. So here are the facts. Flesh-eating parasites that eat corneas. They live all around us, even in the air, are most likely to infect contact lens wearers, but can infect anyone. Oh, and they can transform into cysts to protect themselves from treatment. This sounds like a Mandela to me, a parasite from another reality, one where we now have to watch when we're in water to protect our eyesight. Autocorrect changed when in water to 4. That's amazing.
Well, that's it for tonight, guys.
Yeah.
That's all the effects for tonight.
Wait. I am not a fearmonger, Splatter. This is terrifying. It's terrifying because the articles are everywhere. Like, I've never seen this before. And all of a sudden, there's articles everywhere saying people are losing their eyes from this. And I'm like, what? When? And now you can't shower? Like, I've always worn my contacts in the shower. Always. Like when I wore contacts. Now I've been wearing glasses ever since I had a corneal ulcer. But a shower, I can see swimming. I wouldn't swim with contacts in because, again, they're expensive. They will float away. But in the shower, I don't know. It's just crazy. The guy who wore them for 30 years that I read about earlier, he got it from showering after going to the gym.
Well, we need to say goodnight on a pleasant note, Sandy. That's what Filer said.
Well, Brian, if you want to just go into Flickr and pick a happy one, go ahead.
Sure.
Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. That's good, Philo. Keep it up. Hanabi, go for it, and I can look it up for the next show. Oh, and where are you? Emmy Sagittarius. Check your email when you get a chance. I sent you an email. Please. And thank you. Even though I said it in an email, I'm going to say it again.
Which is a good random one? I'm just gonna pick one, Sandy.
That's what I said. You pick one. I will check the link right now, Hannity. Going right now. Oh, Hanabi, we've already covered that. Teresa found that a few years ago. Judgment. It was Teresa, right, Brian, or was it you?
Oh, I didn't find Judgment. Somebody way back early in the Mandela Effect found it.
Oh, okay. I thought so. It was Teresa covering it again.
Yeah, I think she's just covering it again.
Oh, okay.
Which is fine.
It is a good one, Hanabi. I will say that. That's a great one. The spell, unless you're talking about something different. Are you talking about the spelling of judgment?
I mean, you know, with these AI things that's going on right now, it could lead to Terminator.
Yep. Robert, we have a stream every Saturday night. It's usually earlier than this. We were about an hour and a half late tonight. It's usually around 10:30, maybe 11 p.m. Eastern. Every Saturday night, unless we tell you ahead of time that we have to move it for any reason. And then sometimes we'll go live on my channel. That's just random. And I also make videos and shorts.
Sandy, you're actually live right now.
I am live right now. That's what I said, every Saturday night.
Yep. Anyway, this is one that is kind of a bedtime story because it is bedtime for a lot of us, a lot of you guys out there too. So an old Scottish nursery rhyme by William Miller and a story in a film by the same name by Rudyard Kipling has changed for Teresa. This is Teresa's Mandela Effect. So the nursery rhyme is about a little boy named Wee Willie Wink.
No, it's not. This is mine. Where'd you get Teresa from?
Huh?
Where'd you get Teresa from?
I thought it was Teresa's. I'm sorry. My bad.
No.
I have to go back to the main folder. Okay.
Yeah, you're not in the main folder.
Sorry. I just grabbed a random one.
You can't. You have to do it. You have to do it in the albums, Brian. They're not in order in the. You can't do it from there. They're not in order. You have to go to the album.
I'm in the album.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but I think this is before you started giving credit on the main part.
No, Brian, I just covered this a couple months ago.
Yeah, this must be. Then this is yours. Then
I know it's mine.
Yes.
I've given credit for like 3-4 years on here.
All right. So anyway, guys, the nursery rhyme, it's about a little boy named Wee Willie Wink blank blank who runs around making sure kids are in bed. What was his name? Please fill in the blanks. I know you guys know this one.
So you picked it because it's bedtime? Brian? I said, so you picked it because it's bedtime?
Yes, that's why I picked it. Because I will be sleeping very shortly. We have 2 Winkies, 3. Well, hold on.
Okay, General Sorrow says Winkle. Winky says Philofire. Can't talk. I'm getting tired. Let's see. Hold on.
General Sorrow says Winkle.
Robert says Wink E. Splatter says Wink E. That is an L, says General Sorrow. Yes, we got it. Let's see. Ori says Splatter. I'm fading. I know that much. Me too. And Splatter says, Mandela effect. Oh, Sandy, I forgot I added Mandela effects on. You make videos and shorts, Splatter, and shorts.
General Sorrow says, not my bedtime.
Oh, definitely mine.
There's some of you guys are saying Winkle, some of you guys are saying Winky. So let's just go ahead and go on to the next slide here.
Yeah.
So for Sandy, it was Wee Willie Winkle, but it's always been Winky now. Does it match your memory? Yes, it was. For me, it was Wee Willie Winky because I mean I've read this to my daughter the past few years. So if it was Winkle, it was before that time, before my daughter was born.
And I remember it from my childhood.
So here's the actual poem. This is the actual poem here. Wee Willie Winky runs through the town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown, tapping at the windows, crying through the locks. Are all the children in their beds? The poem has changed too, but I'll cover those changes next week, you said, Sandy.
Oh, I never did. Well, it was upstairs, downstairs. There was no and downstairs. It was upstairs, downstairs. Poem's too slow now. There's added words.
It's Wee Willie Winky now. Winky IE.
And I know a lot of you remember Winky, but it was always Winkle for me.
There's residue for Wee Willie Winkle, of course. What do you guys think about that one? Wee Willie Winkle. All right.
Yep. There's a lot.
All right.
Eric
What?
at COSAT remembers both. And that happens a lot to us too.
Yeah, where you have like a dual memory.
Yep. All right. I think it's time to say goodnight. I think your mom needs to be muted, Brian. If you can. There you go.
Okay. So
All right, is that a better note to end on, Philo?
yes, I think it's much better. Thanks, you guys, once again for staying on with us, being a little bit later than usual. Like Sandy said, we normally come on around 10:30 to 11 Eastern, around that time frame on Saturdays. So we'll catch y'all later. Hope you have a great Mandela Effect night, and God bless. We'll see you next week.
Good night, everyone.
Night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.